You know, in a world that's all about clicks, likes, and shares, it's pretty easy to think that old-school marketing is, well, dead. But what if I told you its biggest comeback is happening right now, and it's being powered by the very digital tools that were supposed to replace it? Let's dive in and see why offline marketing is actually more essential than ever.
So let me just start with a quick question for you. When you think about marketing today, does your mind immediately jump to things like social media ads, email campaigns, and SEO? Yeah, if it does, you're definitely not alone. But you might be missing a huge piece of the puzzle.
The thing is, a lot of brands have gotten so laser-focused on the online world that they've basically created what you could call an online echo chamber. They're talking to the same people on the same platforms over and over again, and they're potentially overlooking a massive audience that still lives, breathes, and, buys things in the offline world.
And that right there, that leads us to the biggest blind spot in modern marketing. So it's time we shatter this myth that offline just means outdated. Let's uncover the massive audience that so many brands are simply ignoring.
Okay, think radio is a thing of the past. Think again. Get this. According to Nielsen, a staggering 91% of adults in the US listen to the radio every single week. That's not some tiny niche audience. That's almost everyone. It's the perfect example of the huge, often invisible power that traditional media still has.
So which channels are we really talking about here? Well, it's time to meet the key players in this offline comeback. Let's just call them the old-school power trio.
And don't think of these as relics, right? They're more like specialized tools. Television, it's the master storyteller. It builds emotion on a massive scale. Radio acts as this amazing hyperlocal connector, embedding your message right into a community's daily life. And the phone? Well, the phone is the most direct, personal line you could possibly have to a customer.
And hey, if you think these channels are fading away financially, you might want to look at this. In 2022 alone, global ad spending on television topped $140 billion. That is not the sign of a dying medium, folks. It's proof of its continued dominance and its power to command our attention.
But okay, let's be real for a second. The power of TV, that incredible reach and storytelling ability, it comes with a pretty big challenge: cost. Producing a top-notch commercial and getting that primetime airtime, yeah, that requires a serious investment.
All right, next up, let's talk radio. Forget this idea of it just being background noise. Today's radio marketing is pure strategy. It's all about using hyperlocal audio to reach specific communities during their daily routines. Their commute, their workday. It's basically precision targeting, but with sound waves instead of clicks.
And then there's the phone. Just look at this number. An average open rate of 98% for SMS marketing messages. 98%. Now compare that to the average email open rate, which kind of hovers around 20 or 30%. The immediacy and just how personal a text message feels makes it an unbelievably powerful and direct channel.
So here's the crucial point. This isn't about choosing between online and offline. The real magic happens when you connect these two worlds. This is the integration strategy. And honestly, it's where modern marketing gets really, really exciting.
So, how does this actually work? It's a really simple but powerful loop. Step 1. You start with a captivating offline ad, maybe on TV. Step 2. You embed a little bridge, a QR code, or a unique hashtag. This simple tool takes viewers from their couch directly to your website. And once they're there, bam! You can retarget them with personalized digital ads. And just like that, you've turned a passive viewer into an active lead.
And that digital bridge we were just talking about, it's turning into a superhighway. Statista projects that QR code scans are going to surpass 2.5 billion annually by 2025. This simple little black and white square has become one of the most critical tools for connecting our physical and digital lives.
To make this super tangible, just think about the last time you went out to eat. You know that QR code on the menu that took you to a web page to order or pay? That is the exact same principle. It's a simple, seamless bridge from a physical object to a digital action. Okay, so theory is great and all, but let's look at the proof. We're going to walk through a couple of case studies that show just how powerful this integrated strategy can be when it's done right.
First up, an absolute masterclass in integration. Coca-Cola's iconic Share a Coke campaign. Now, this whole thing started with a simple physical product, a Coke bottle with a name on it.
But here's where the magic happened. Coca-Cola used the hashtag #ShareACoke to build that bridge from the offline experience to the online world. It wasn't just about finding your name, it was about sharing it.
And that simple prompt led to over 500,000 user-generated photos being shared online. Incredible.
And here is the really crucial part. This wasn't just for buzz. All of that online engagement translated directly into a 7% increase in sales in the US. Coca-Cola literally turned a physical bottle into a massive digital conversation, and that conversation drove real revenue.
Now, let's shift gears from a huge brand campaign to something a bit more direct and immediate. H&M has totally mastered using that personal line, the phone, to create urgency and drive instant sales through SMS flash sales. The results on this slide, they really speak for themselves. Their SMS campaigns hit a massive 30% click-through rate, sending customers directly to their online store. But it didn't stop there. Those same campaigns also led to a 15% increase in physical foot traffic to their stores. It's a perfect example of how a single offline message can drive both digital and real-world results.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's about building a unified marketing playbook, one that doesn't see a difference between online and offline, but instead sees it all as one continuous journey for the customer.
This table really puts it all into perspective. When you look at them side by side, an integrated campaign just outperforms an offline-only approach on every single metric. You get more reach, deeper engagement, way better data, and a much stronger brand story. It's not just a different strategy, it's a fundamentally better one. And all of that leaves us with one final, crucial question to think about. Your customers don't divide their lives into these neat little online and offline buckets. It's all just their life. So the question is, does your marketing strategy actually reflect that reality?